In fact, in 2005, after EA acquired the exclusive simulation NFL license, we got a football game from another company, Midway, that didn't care about the NFL. It didn't care about franchise mode. It didn't care about anything. What if I told you a football game existed that was rated M for mature? What if I told you that you could intentionally injure other players, watch their bones break, consume illegal, and even sign a player right out of jail? That's Blitz the League, a game that said no NFL license, we're better off without it. In games like Madden, the NFL dictates a lot of what can or cannot be in the game. Concussions, for example, used to be in Madden games but were removed by request of the NFL. In Blitz the League, there is no NFL. There is no image or brand to uphold. It's just a dirty, violent, incredibly fun game that lets you unleash your inner animal. If you like blood, guts, crushed bones, breaking the law, and pain, Blitz the League is the game for you. It's basically Mortal Kombat, but with football.
If you weren't alive or you never played Blitz, oh my god, joints was fire, bruh. Most of them was like 5-on-5, and that goes in the same category as NBA Streets. NBA Streets, whew. On this video, we're gonna look into this joint, this mature rated joint, and we're gonna see how Blitz ended and what happened, why they had to end it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
For gameplay, Midway built the game from scratch. This wasn't a port of an older Blitz game, this was brand new. The team interviewed NFL players asking for some lesser known, darker details of what happens behind the scenes. Their goal was to develop a believable league with deep and unique characters, despite the fact that
Bring Blitz back, please.
In October of 2005, and with a surprising M rating. After playing the game for a few minutes, however, it's no longer surprising. This is the dirtiest, most violent sports game you'll probably ever see, not including the sequel. You could look at the game's story as a cautionary peek under the NFL's public veil, although an exaggerated one.
They really need to bring Blitz back, just for an alternative of people who don't want to play Madden. You get what I'm saying? Same thing for the NBA Streets, a 2-on-2, 3-on-3 game. Could you imagine Streets online? I wouldn't mind if EA came out with just Streets to go up against NBA 2K. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Midway would attempt to stay afloat with several new releases, including the first ever football game to get an M rating from the ESRB with 2005's Blitz, the League, but it wouldn't be enough. By the end of 2008, Midway would lay off or fire most of its staff, and in 2009, they filed for bankruptcy. The corpse of the once great game developer was left to be picked over by other companies. Warner Brothers would go home with the biggest share, but Electronic Arts ended up in possession of all of Midway's cartoony sports titles. Mark Trammell was onboarded to oversee the production of both NBA Jam and NFL Blitz under EA, but he didn't stay long, accepting a position at a mobile developer, Zynga, soon after.
Wait, y'all remember Zynga, right?
Going on? Welcome back to SourceFed Nerd. I'm Meg Turney. Big news today over at Microsoft with the announcement that the tragic figurehead that was Don Mattrick has chosen to leave the company. While some were quick to speculate that Mattrick would return to EA, where he spent more than 20 years before joining Microsoft, it's now being reported that he'll be joining the ranks at Zynga as the company's CEO.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't, if you don't like it?
If you...
Yeah, man. We need a realistic, crazy NBA Jam Streets type of game, bruh. Please.
This is fun.
Now, if you came up back in the day like I did, you came up on these other games. It was always NBA Live, NBA 2K, but you always had this different genre of games that you can get into that were sports, but they were still realistic, but not cartoons or nothing. Now it's like you're trapped in the 2K or you're trapped in the Madden. If you want to play any football, any baseball, it's the show. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, things done changed. Hopefully Blitz could come back. I mean, could you just imagine a 2026 crazy new, this realistic looking NBA Streets of Blitz? Man, maybe one day, man. Maybe one day.